Ash, called He Who Calms. Thank you for stopping in again at Nine World Chronicles, where we get to talk about mythology. And in this particular case, we're talking about Ash, who was an ancient Kemetic deity who was associated with the oasis, the western desert, but more importantly, he was associated with wine and the vineyards along the western Nile Delta. Now, because of his association with the desert, he is already linked with Set, who of course is the lord of the desert, in addition to being that of chaos. But Ash also is often shown with a jackal headed depiction, that being characteristic of Set himself, tightening up that connection between these two Nethers. Now, he was identified by the early people of the Kemetic Empire. He was identified as the god as the Libhu and Tihu tribes, which were known as the people of the oasis, and thus Ash became known as the Lord of Libya, as this area was the home of these two tribes and corresponds roughly with the area of modern Libya. Now, he would also be associated with the Ombos tribe and was seen possibly as their original chief deity. He shared early cult centers at Nubet and Ombos with Set, both almost getting equal real estate in the area in which they were venerated. Now, one of his names is the Almite, associating him back with the Ombos tribe, but he is also called Shah. And Shah is important because this is another name for Set, or at least the animal form of Set. Now, in some cases, the two are identified as possibly being manifestations, or Ash being a manifestation of Set, but in other times he is depicted as Set's lover, as him being the original deity and the protector of the overall region, taking a submissive role to that deity. Now, Ash himself had been known since the early Second Dynastic period. He grew in importance because of his association with the royal estate, another association he shared with Set, especially in Lower Kemet. Now he was seen as the deity of wine, very specifically, and those names followed him into other meanings. He's also mentioned in the coffin text, where he is a part of a ritual that would allow the deceased to go out in the day. And it reads, Shah guards me in company with the lords of Upper Kemet, giving protection as I venture beyond this realm. He's also linked to the deity Jehudi, sharing the ability to bring calming effect or rationality to the situation. Now, in the book of Coming Forth by Day, it reads, Ash cools opponents for me. Again, making a reference to the Pharaoh showing mercy or sometimes going away from vengefulness and wrath after sitting and being in the presence of Ash. Of course, this being an allusion to him being the deity of wine. So perhaps it was the cool drink which satiated the anger within the Pharaoh or the ruler who was in question at that particular time. But that definitely tells you a lot about who this deity ultimately is and what he meant to people. There was plenty of inscriptions on ancient wine bottles that say exactly that. Ash cools opponents to me. And he was known as being a very benevolent deity for his time of veneration. There were inscriptions dedicated to him all the way up until the end of the Middle Kingdom. And at that point, it kind of disappears into obscurity. If you have more to add to this specific piece, please do so in the comment section. But as always, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when new videos are dropping.